Hey everyone, soup diets seem to be everywhere these days, and this 14-day rapid soup diet is really making some waves. I mean, just look at some of these claims on their website, ketosoupdetox.com.
Yeah, rapid weight loss. No calorie counting. They're even saying it can help your lymphatic system.
Pretty bold stuff, right? We're going to take a deep dive into this website today and see what's really going on. I have to admit, I'm intrigued.
It's definitely designed to grab your attention.
No kidding. Lose 13 pounds in 2 weeks and drop a whole jean size in just 1 week. Plus, you can still have dessert. Where do I sign up?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's break it down and see how they explain it all. They really emphasize that soup itself is the secret weapon here. The combination of solids and liquids, they say, makes you feel fuller faster.
So you end up eating less overall.
Exactly. They actually call it,
Oh, I saw that. Mother Nature's appetite suppressant.
yeah, pretty catchy, huh?
But is there any truth to that?
Well, the concept of satiety is a real thing. Think about it. A broth-based soup can be much more filling than a salad, even if they have the same number of calories. It's about volume and how long it takes to eat.
Well, that makes sense.
They actually reference a study from Penn State University. It suggested that people might eat 400 fewer calories a day when they apply this idea.
Interesting. But they are trying to sell us something.
Of course. So it's
Yeah.
always a good idea to look into those studies yourself and see what the full picture is.
Good point. You got to be a savvy consumer these days. Now, the things get really interesting when they start talking about the lymphatic system.
Right, they describe it as this network that flushes toxins and fat out of the body. They claim that a congested lymphatic system can lead to all sorts of problems like weight gain, cellulite, even other health issues.
And of course, they say their soups can fix all of that.
Yeah, they even cite some research from Stanford that suggests a slowdown in the lymphatic system could actually double fat storage.
Double. That sounds kind of scary.
Well, it's not quite that simple. The lymphatic system is definitely important. It helps maintain fluid balance, and it's crucial for our immune system. But it's not some magical weight loss button.
So maybe take what they're saying with a grain of salt.
Exactly. And while we're on the topic of things we should be consuming, they go on to highlight 3 key minerals: potassium, magnesium, and collagen.
Oh yeah, they really emphasize those, saying they're super beneficial and that most adults are deficient. They even link these minerals to boosting your metabolism to burn fat instead of sugar and carbs.
Well, those minerals are definitely important for a lot of things. For example, potassium helps regulate fluid balance, which can indirectly support the lymphatic system. And magnesium is involved in hundreds of processes in the body, including how we produce energy.
So they're not completely wrong about those minerals being important.
Not at all. But remember, it's all about balance. A varied diet is key. And just focusing on a few specific nutrients might not be the best approach. Plus, they really simplify how metabolism works.
All right, it's not as easy as just switching from burning carbs to burning fat, is it?
Mm.
I'm also curious about the whole keto thing. They bring it up a lot and even offer bonus stuff like a keto soup recipe book and an immunity soup cookbook.
It's interesting how they've tied the soup diet into the keto trend and all the talk about boosting immunity. It's smart marketing, but it does make you wonder about the science behind it all.
It's like they're hitting all the buzzwords.
Definitely.
Trendy diets, immunity, easy recipes. Speaking of easy, they really play up the convenience factor.
Oh yeah, pre-made meal plans, quick recipes, a quick start guide.
It's all about making it sound simple and appealing.
Especially for people with busy lives
Yeah.
who wouldn't want a quick and easy solution.
Right, but I guess real change usually takes more than just a quick fix.
I think that's a good point.
And of course, they talk about pricing guarantees and support.
As they should.
They offered a discount on the digital version of the diet, a 60-day money-back guarantee, even personalized coaching.
It all sounds very risk-free and appealing.
But ultimately, it's our health we're talking about. It's important to really understand what we're getting into.
Absolutely.
So we've gone from, wow, 14 pounds in 14 days to, okay, maybe we need to look a little closer. What are your initial thoughts? Are you feeling tempted by this soup diet, or are you starting to get a little skeptical?
Skepticism is a good thing. It's healthy. Let's take a closer look at some of their claims, starting with that 14 pounds in 14 days promise.
Yeah, that definitely caught my eye. But it does seem a little too good to be true, right?
Well, rapid weight loss isn't always sustainable, and it could actually have some downsides. Losing 1 to 2 pounds a week is generally considered a healthier goal.
So slow and stout wins the race when it comes to weight loss. What about the science they talk about? Those studies from Penn State and Stanford, should we be looking into those ourselves?
Absolutely. Don't just take their word for it. Do your own research. Look up those studies. See what they actually say about soup and weight loss.
So, like, what were their methods? How many people were involved? What did they actually conclude?
Exactly. And also consider any limitations those studies might have.
So we got to be detectives following the evidence and not just believing everything a website tells us.
Right. And while we're being detectives, let's go back to those claims about the lymphatic system. They make it sound like the key to weight loss.
Yeah, like if you just unclog it, the pounds will melt away.
But as we discussed, it's not that simple.
Right, you said it's a lot more complex than that.
Yeah. The lymphatic system is a network of vessels and nodes that help remove waste and transport immune cells throughout the body.
So it's more than just flushing out toxins and fat, like they suggest.
Much more. If you want to learn more about the lymphatic system from a reliable source, I'd recommend checking out the National Institutes of Health or the Mayo Clinic.
Good to know. What about those key minerals they talk about? Potassium, magnesium, collagen. They make them sound like the magic trio for weight loss.
Well, they are important nutrients, but you need to keep things in perspective. A balanced and varied diet is still the foundation of good health. Focusing on just a few specific nutrients could lead to imbalances.
So we shouldn't just overhaul our entire diet based on what a website tells us.
I wouldn't recommend it. And if you're considering any big dietary changes like going keto, which they really push, talking to your doctor or a registered dietitian is always a smart move.
So no jumping on the keto bandwagon without doing our homework first. They also talk a lot about the immune-boosting benefits of their soups. They even have a whole cookbook for immunity-boosting recipes. Can soup really be our shield against getting sick?
Some foods can definitely support our immune system, but a truly holistic approach to immunity involves a lot more than just diet. Things like managing stress, getting enough sleep, and regular exercise are all important too.
So no magic cure-all in a bowl.
Right. They also make it sound so easy with their meal plans and quick recipes, like you can just effortlessly transform your eating habits.
Convenience is a big selling point for sure, but sometimes that emphasis on ease can overshadow the fact that real change often takes effort.
So it's not always about the easiest path, but the one that will lead to the best long-term results. Exactly. And remember, at the end of the day, they are a business. Their goal is to sell a product. So it's important to view their claims with a critical eye.
Okay, so we've talked about the science, the diet claims, the marketing tactics. But what about those personal stories and testimonials they have on the website? The creator's weight loss journey and all those success stories. Don't those add some credibility?
Personal stories can be very compelling, but it's important to remember that they're not scientific evidence. What works for one person may not work for another.
Because everyone is different.
Exactly. It's like reading online reviews. You might see glowing 5-star reviews, but there could be negative ones too. It's all about getting a balanced perspective.
So look beyond the highlight reel and consider the full picture. I noticed they also try to address any doubts people might have.
Oh, yeah. That's common. They acknowledge that people might be skeptical, especially if they've had bad experiences with diets before.
So they address things like limited time, lack of cooking skills, even the whole willpower struggle.
It's a way to anticipate and disarm those objections. Make it seem like this program is different.
Like it addresses the common pitfalls. They also emphasize their personalized coaching support, creating that sense of community and accountability.
It's smart marketing for sure, making people feel understood and supported. But remember, they're still trying to sell you something.
Right. Got to maintain that healthy skepticism. I also noticed how they framed it as an investment in your health.
That's powerful language.
It is. Investing in our health is important. But is this program really a worthwhile investment compared to, say, seeing a registered dietitian or joining a reputable weight loss program?
That's a good question. And speaking of costs, they do offer that discounted digital version, plus a 60-day money-back guarantee.
It's like they're saying, what do you have to lose?
But even if you get a refund, you still invested your time and energy.
True time is precious. We need to use it wisely. So before committing to any program, consider if it truly aligns with your values, your goals, and your overall approach to health.
I think that's excellent advice.
So we've analyzed their claims, the science, the marketing strategies. What's your overall assessment? Any red flags popping up for you?
Well, they definitely use a lot of persuasive language. They appeal to our desires for quick results, easy solutions, and that sense of community. While some of their information might be valid, it's crucial to be critical. Do your own research and talk to qualified healthcare professionals before making any big decisions about your health.
Excellent advice. We've gone from, wow, 14 pounds in 14 days to, maybe there's more to this. Now the question is, what does this all mean for you? Ready for that final question to ponder?
Mhm.
Okay, so we've really taken this 14-day rapid soup diet apart. We've looked at their claims, the science behind it, the marketing, the whole 9 yards.
We've definitely peeled back the layers of this specific diet, but I think there's a bigger takeaway here.
Yeah, it's not just about this one website or this one diet. It's about how we think about health and weight loss in general.
Exactly. And that leads us to our final thought for you to consider. As you think about trying this soup diet or any diet, really, think about this.
Okay, go on.
The idea of quick weight loss and detoxing can be really appealing, but try to look beyond that initial excitement and think about the long-term implications. Ask yourself, is this a way of eating I can actually stick with for months or even years?
That's a really important question. It's not just about losing a few pounds quickly. It's about finding a sustainable way to eat that supports your health for the long run.
Exactly. Instead of looking for quick fixes or jumping on the latest diet trends, try to focus on building a healthy relationship with food. Learn to listen to your body and make gradual changes that you can actually maintain.
So it's not about restricting yourself or feeling deprived. It's about finding a way of eating that nourishes your body and mind.
I like that. It's about figuring out what works for you, not just following the latest fads.
This has been a really insightful deep dive into the world of soup diets. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Stay curious and keep exploring. Until next time.